Grace and peace to you, friends. I'm Ken Carter, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as the Bishop of the Western North Carolina Conference of the United Methodist Church. We gather soon for our annual conference at Lake Junaluska, June 15 to 18, and I look forward to seeing you there in that beautiful setting. I wanted to let you know that we have planned a wonderful annual conference. The conference preacher will be Dr. Candace Lewis, who is the president and dean of Gammon Theological Seminary in Atlanta, Georgia, the School of the Prophets. Candace is an extraordinary preacher. Our Bible teacher will be Dr. Martin Atkins, who has been the president and general secretary of the British Methodist Church, the principal of Cliff College, and the senior pastor of Westminster Central Hall, the large United Methodist Church next to the Parliament in London. And Martin is an outstanding teacher of the Scriptures. We will also be blessed by two of our own in their messages, Reverend Laura Oughton and Reverend Shirley Canty. And so I know you will be inspired and equipped by these messages. I'm also excited to let you know that our musicians for annual conference will be two very gifted persons again from our own churches and families. Dr. Melody Galloway, who is professor of music at University of North Carolina at Asheville, and Dr. Adam Ward, who is director of music at Providence United Methodist Church in Charlotte. And so we will be inspired again by music and worship as we gather. I want to say a word about the annual conference offering, and I want to ask you to reflect on how you can contribute to and lead toward a very generous response to this offering. The annual conference offering will be shared equally with two exceedingly worthy causes. Both of them are at the heart of the gospel that we share at this moment in this world. The first is for support of the start of new churches among Ukrainian refugees in Europe, and for the start of new churches in Ukraine after the war. 9 million Ukrainians have left the country during the war. United Methodist churches across Europe are welcoming Ukrainians into their communities. They offer hospitality, friendship, and spiritual fellowship. Many of them are asking, how can we connect with the United Methodist Church after the war when we return to Ukraine? 2 United Methodist churches have so far been started by Ukrainian refugees, one in Germany and one in the Netherlands, and we believe more will follow. Though Ukrainian refugees live in one village or city in Europe, they may originate from different parts of their own country. We will work to connect different groups of refugees with each other as they prepare to start new churches after the war. Amid the pain and the tragedy of the war, many people are seeking God. They have found much love and support from Christians, and there's a general openness to the gospel. Bishop Christian Alstead, my friend, has stated, we believe this is a window of opportunity for the church and for the gospel. And so the first part of the offering will go toward Ukraine. The second part of the offering is more local. It is to create training opportunities for laity and clergy across our conference over the next year to understand and develop skills in creating trauma response and healing-centered faith communities. We know that loss and adversity are universal, and that the majority of the population in our nation has experienced one or more traumatic events that have a lasting impact on people's minds, bodies, and spirits. In a world that is simultaneously experiencing the effects of racial trauma, the COVID epidemic, pandemic, high levels of loneliness and mental health struggle, the culture shift is more important than ever. Add to this church communities who have experienced trauma, division, and heartbreak through voting and disaffiliation. We will partner with Cross-Nor's Center for Trauma Resilient Communities, which is nationally recognized, and we want to support clergy and lay leaders in equal numbers in the process of building more trauma-responsive and healing-centered faith communities. And this we will do through interactive training, experiential learning, and practical skill building. So the conference offering will be for Ukraine and equipping our own people to respond to the trauma that we've experienced. I hope you will give generously. I hope you'll take up an offering in your local church before annual conference and bring that offering to Lake Junaluska, and we will be joining Jesus in the work of repairing this world that God loves through the annual conference. Again, I look forward to seeing you at Lake Junaluska soon. May God bless you.